Rise and grind. What do you need to take to the cigar lounge? Let's get into this list. Here at this channel, we like to equip you. We share with you the best whiskeys, the best cigars. We talk about lounge culture. We talk about everything that you need to help you to level up and to become your best self. And so many of you have reached out to me as I shared all these different videos about what to do in the cigar lounge. And a few of you have asked, what do you need to take? And so we want to share with you 4 things that you should take with you so that your experience at the cigar lounge can be memorable. And so today we're going to dive into some of the essentials, things that you need to take with you to the cigar lounge. And so whether you are an experienced or whether you're a rookie, we want to make sure that your time at the lounge is going to be memorable. And so the first thing that you've got to take are some quality cigars. And so, of course, you go into a cigar lounge. And so, as you make this visit, some lounges allow you to bring your own cigars. It's important to have some good, high-quality, hand-rolled cigars. Some lounges allow you to bring it. Some, what I tend to do is I take my own cigars and I buy from their lounge, from their humidor. You see, I believe that you've got to support the brick and mortar. Now, I bring my own because I want to make sure that I'm going to smoke what's ready. I want to smoke what fits my profile. I don't want to have to be looking to find something. I want something that's going to pair with what I'm going to be drinking that night. And so I make sure I bring my own. But I always make sure I visit the humidor, visit the lounge humidor, buy a few cigars. And so as you visit, bring your own cigars. Now, some lounges, if you're gonna smoke your own, they require a cutting fee. And so, again, it's all about supporting the lounge. Some lounges, as long as you're gonna buy a few drinks. Some lounges, as long as you're gonna buy a meal. And so you can typically bring your own cigars, but just make sure that you're gonna support the lounge in some way. With cigars, with drinks, with a meal, or worst case scenario, you gotta pay a cutting fee, which is where they're gonna cut your own cigar for you. And so the first thing that you gotta take, if you're going to a cigar lounge, you gotta take cigars. Now, the second thing that you wanna take as you go to a cigar lounge is having a good travel humidor. And so in order to keep your cigars in optimal condition, having a good travel humidor is important because you want to maintain the humidity and the temperature. And so if you want your cigars to stay fresh and ready, then you want to have you a good travel humidor. I make sure that I have one. Mine can hold 4 cigars. It holds my lighter, my cutter. I can put a humidity pack in here. And so this isn't meant for long-term storage, but you can carry your cigars. If you don't have a fancy case like this, then you can just use a Tupperware, or you can even use a plastic that seals. The point is you want to lock in moisture. You want to keep your cigars fresh and ready. And so I like to take something like this so I can carry a bunch of cigars, and so that when I get there, when I buy cigars from the lounge, I'm going to be able to store them in a preferable manner until I get back home and I can put them in my long-term humidor. So the second thing you want to take is a travel humidor, which is really just a way of transporting your cigars. Now, as I mentioned, the way of transporting your cigars, that's going to take us to the third thing. And the third thing is you got to make sure that you have a good cutter and a lighter. And so in my pouch here, I've got a cutter, I got my lighter. These are essential tools for visiting a cigar lounge. A good guillotine cutter, a good punch cutter. This is going to allow you to have a crisp and precise cut of your cigar. Your lighter is going to allow you to torch it efficiently and evenly. And so this is how you're going to get good experience, good flavors, and an even burn. And so we've done videos that show you how to cut, how to light your cigar. Now, most lounges that you visit, they're gonna have cutters and lighters there for you, but I always recommend you bring your own lighter. That way you don't have to borrow, and bring your own cutter, because a lot of people lick the cigar and then use the house cutter, and that can be a little nasty, so I always like to have my own cutter. And so we thank you. We got one more thing that you ought to bring to the lounge. But before we do that, we just want to thank you all. Thank you for helping this channel to grow. Thank you for tuning in for all these kind of videos, whether it's cigars or whiskey. Thank you for being a part of this community. If you aren't, hit the subscribe button and let me know. Leave a comment, let me know what is an essential that you have to take. We talk about cigars, your travel case, cutter, lighter. There's one more thing we're gonna cover, but let me know, what do you make sure that you take with you? Hit the like button if you are gaining value from this. You see, we're all about us, the community. And so we want to make sure that you also know we got another channel that's focused on community and conversation. That's called the Grind Podcast. So I'm going to leave a link in the description so you can check that channel out. And so we talked about taking cigars. You've got your travel case, cutter, lighter. Last thing that you got to have. Those who've been following this channel, you know we talk a lot about whiskey, we talk about cognac, we talk about these spirits. And so to accentuate your time at the lounge, we suggest investing in some kind of flask. Now again, make sure you know the rules of the lounge. If the lounge allows you to bring it in most cases, as long as you're supporting them. Now, if they have a bar, obviously they don't want you bringing in your own alcohol. Now, if they don't have a bar, then in most cases they don't mind. And so I would get some kind of fancy flask, some kind of personalized thing, some way so that you can bring your spirits to help you, not to help you, but to accompany your cigar. You see, there's nothing that complements a cigar like a fine whiskey or a spirit of your choice. And so bring your flask, bring your container so that you can enjoy and so that you can share. Because enjoying a sip of whiskey with your well-crafted cigar is a classic combination. This will make your overall experience delightful. And so again, we thank you. We just wanted to share some tips with you to make sure that your next time at the lounge is your best time. And so as you prepare for your next visit, remember to bring along these essentials to elevate your experience and fully immerse yourself in this expression, in this passion, in this pastime of ours. And so continue to watch, subscribe if you aren't subscribed, and until the next time, keep enjoying your cigars. Like, comment, subscribe, but most importantly, rise and grind.